Uh, for instance, if you click on the Getting Started, or if you expand the Getting Started, it has all of these uh, documents that you'll need to look at. You'll work with these getting things set up so that you can get into your learning modules and then go through the learning modules, okay? And in the Getting Started, you've got just a picture of me with that information about how to get a hold of me. The course timeline is the one that's the Bible of the course. It's you print it out. So regardless of whether you're looking at D2L or not, you can look at the things you have to do and the dates you have to do this. And I will, again, the next video will be discussing this particular set of documents here. The course syllabus, the activity schedule, you'll have a notebook or portfolio. This will give you information how to put that together. The recommendations I think you ought to consider when you realize how I'm going to grade the assignments. The materials that you'll need, not only the ones that we've sent you, but the ones you'll have to acquire yourself in order to do some of the activities. We'll talk about PowerPoint. There's some more elements to this, but you sort of got the picture. Here tells you where things are, what we're going to do. And once you get that set up, you probably won't go to Getting Started that often after you get everything together. Okay, so there's Getting Started. And then your PowerPoint presentations. And the reason you need to print out the PowerPoint presentations is each of my lectures on those DVDs, okay, each of those lectures, the backbone of those lectures is a PowerPoint presentation, and all of the pictures that will be presented in that presentation will be in these PowerPoint printouts here. What I've done is I printed the slides out, okay? And you can organize these however you want to. Some are in color if you want to use up your color ink cartridge. Some of them are in black and white, okay, which I recommend. And then I recommend that you print out, I recommend 3 to a page with a little lines to the side, because what you use these for is to take your notes so that I know that when you submit those to me in your portfolio, I'll know that you actually looked at the lectures. There's a lot of people that try to minimize their effort to get through this course, and I don't recommend that. If it says that you ought to look at the lecture, look at the lecture. Okay, take notes. All right. So anyway, but that's what's in here is, and you could select the PowerPoint for the particular lecture that's coming up, and then you can decide whether you want to print them out in color, black and white, and then you can have those there with you as you're watching the video of my lecture, and then you can take notes on those PowerPoints, and then they'll be submitted with your portfolio. The activity sheets, I want you to be careful about the use of activity sheets. The activity sheets are the final submission. Actually, it's not a submission. It's the final page that you will put into your notebook, your portfolio, which has everything accurate. You made all your corrections. Okay, so don't write on those until you're finished with that activity. You've watched the chat, okay? You watched my recording of corrections. You'll look at my comments, if I make any, on the evaluation of what you initially submitted on each activity. And then finally, what you'll do is you'll write out neatly and clearly the information that should go into this, and then you will put that in your portfolio. So don't write on those unless you've got lots of ink and you want to print out things and reprint them out and then write on them. Don't write on those at the last minute. So if you're doing an activity, write down the answers on a scratch piece of paper. You'll submit those to me in the Dropbox assignment so I can see what you've done. And then you'll get information back from me, mostly in the chat videos, about what you ought to do to correct it. Once you got it corrected, then write it on the PDF sheet and put it in your portfolio, and I'll look at those at the end of the course, okay? So that's how you get to your activity sheets. Let me show you the next page. In other words, here is the activity sheets where I've done Mechanics 1. So these are the Mechanics 1, okay? And here they all are in PDF form. And there's other places to access these too, but if you want to start printing those things out and get them ready for your final submission, you can do it whenever you want to, but when the activity is completed and put into the notebook, they'll be put on these PDF sheets, okay? And then you have the learning modules, okay? You'll do like the first one on June the 5th, 6th, 7th, and you go to the following week, and then you'll do the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then, well, here's midterm exam actually on, and then you'll go through the modules sequentially, okay? So those are your learning modules, and they will guide you through the things you need to do, okay? I have this in collapsed form, okay? So you can see the main areas. If you click here, or click on here, you'll see it in expanded mode, okay? All right. And then, of course, not only do we have the content and the organization of the D2L course, but you have those tools, and I'm sure most of you are familiar with Dropbox. This is where you will tell me your results, okay? Oh, by the way, here's another way you can access each of the PDF files for each activity. Okay, you can access them here also, however you want to do it, okay? And then what you'll do is take the information that you acquired in doing that activity. You will submit that to me in Dropbox. I'll evaluate it, may give you a grade, or may say, resubmit it. I want you to work on this some more. And then after that, after everything's completed, then you'll put that sheet, activity sheet, with the information that you finally decided is the best information that you've acquired, and you'll put it into the portfolio, okay? Here are the quizzes. You'll take a quiz before 8 o'clock on the day that assignments are due. So you'll have to do one before 8 o'clock on Monday, 8 o'clock on Tuesday, and 8 o'clock on Wednesday. And you can look at the sequential dates right. The only one you have two on is here. You have the Getting Started quiz, and then you've got the Science Process quiz. Those two will be due before the 5th, 8 o'clock on the 5th of June, and then they go sequentially through that. So be sure you do these quizzes before. The purpose of the quiz is for you to convince me that you watched the video and you read the text, okay? Because that's what that quiz will test, as to whether you did that or not, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll continue doing a series of these over each of those components, giving you more information. I don't know why this seems to be difficult for people to get started in this course. I think it's because there's so many elements to it. You know, I don't think this is a typical D2L type of course. And the reason that it seems to be different is there's so many activities that I want you to do. Hands-on activities in science is the way to experience science. And so you've got many of these little activities you got to do, and you got to document that you did them, okay? So be sure to let me know if you are having problems getting started. And when you all send me those emails, what I'll do is I'll incorporate answers to those in the, again, I'll use the word chat, in those recordings that I do each week to help people get started. Because chances are, if you're confused, somebody else is confused, okay? So I'm going to finish off right now, and then I'll be sending you a message giving you the link to this particular video, and then I'll do that sequentially as I go through these things. So you can look at them on YouTube and have fairly rapid access to them. So good luck to you, and I'll get started on the next video.